Good morning, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this 118th weekly webinar series organized by AABN and to know that we have your support. It made me proud to be your convener and even more hopeful about the future of AABN. As we move forward to ensure the future of AABN, we'll continue to invest in the vast potential inherent in collaboration among individuals of varying backgrounds, perspectives, and expertise. I thank you all for keeping a place for AABN in your lives and for your ongoing support. At the outset, I owe each of you a big thanks for logging, and I assure you that the next 1 hour is definitely going to be a rewarding experience with useful takeaways for us. Yes, I'm saying this with confidence because we have an iconic speaker, Mr. Jaydip Das, today at Project Management, a practical primer for businesses. Today, project management is at the core of nearly every business initiative. It is a means of achieving a strategic objective and is the key of organizational success. As the economy and the enterprise landscape becomes more competitive and chaotic than ever, effective project management is necessary for business to perform better, faster, and more efficiently. In the world of disruptive technology, the payoffs from investing time, money, and resources into effective project management can be tremendous. Not surprisingly, leading companies worldwide are embracing project management as a way to cut costs, improve efficiencies, boost customer and stakeholders' satisfaction, and gain competitive advantage. Technology is changing at an alarming speed. Consumers, organizations, communities, nations have to keep in sync with changes. If they are not, they will be outdated and forgotten. Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. However, all such knowledge does not fit into practical usage, and the ones which fit in will serve if it's economically viable. It's important for project management community to have good understanding and feel of digital business. While leaders spend significant effort and money on adopting Agile, it's equally important to periodically check if adoption of Agile has started delivering the expected results. This webinar would present inputs on how to ensure that Agile is really providing the intended outcome or returns on investment. The webinar covers various measurement routes that can be used during different phases of Agile transformation. I have the pleasant duty of welcoming and introducing Mr. Jaydip Das today to our interactive business networking session. Jaydip Das is a transformational coach and motivational speaker and is a mechanical engineer from Gauhati University and pursuing an executive program on digital transformation from IIM Indore. He is a PMP and Agile certified with globally acclaimed certification, project management professional, having over 2+ decades of work experience in IT and ITS industry in diversified domains. His early experience with the production and food processing industry has come in handy as an added advantage in his career to understand human behavior and navigate among the human bind. He has traveled across India to witness and understand India and its culture and people. He wanted to be a monk, but ended up chasing after corporate career. He believes that he's a project management and software professional by profession, but a spiritual leadership transformational catalyst by heart. Being a corporate and education leadership trainer, he has trained and coached more than thousands across corporates, universities, and engineering colleges. He is the author of the bestseller, God, the Best Friend and Guide. Jaydip's style, his knowledge of the topic, and his ability to engage the audience will ensure that our attendees today walk away with several key takeaways. It will ensure that your attendance at the webinar today was more than worthwhile. I'm not going to make you wait longer. We'll let Mr. Jaydip take over and regale you with his astute experiences and fresh ideas. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Jaydip.
Thank you very much, Gopi sir, and thank you. I think I see you as an SV, not the full name, but thanks for introducing me. And I hope that I'm audible to all of you because we live in a world of technology. I hope my voice is clear, at least to you all.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I think as if I know your name, it will be, I might have missed it. So I think what we'll do, rather than I go and, start to end with some slide and try to finish the session, it will be good. You can interrupt me in between and you can ask questions. We'll see that we are maintaining the time and what is the objective of the session. We try to at least understand that. but you can ask me questions. We'll try to see that how we control that, but it will be fine to interact with each other and hear your voice also from the other side. So as Gopi sir has mentioned that we are going to talk about project management today. So let us do one thing. Let us start just, I see 31 participants are there, and a lot of you have a varied experience and knowledge, but we'll start with some basic understanding, right? When we talk about business, we know all of us that it is changing at an alarming pace nowadays. A lot of things are changing very faster than we can imagine, right? What is might be fruitful or profitable today might not be a profitable venture tomorrow. So this is the rate at which things are changing, and I think at the core of everything, what is playing the major role is technology. The rate with which technology is changing, uh, things are getting little bit of very much competitive. We'll say that, every business nowadays is looking for the competitive edge to survive, and I think this is the becoming the norm also. But at the same time, if we see that as a human being, right, the question is that as a human being, lot of there is students who are coming out from the colleges and all, and those who are professionals, how we are going to maintain the age to basically survive. uh, I think in the core, what happens that a lot of time when we are running and we are trying to grab a lot of stuff, we miss out somewhere the basics also, the root or the basics, we miss out on that. And I have a lot of, I think I can say that interactions where I figure out that might be nowadays, either it is certifications, either it is a lot of areas where we try to understand and get knowledge, but a lot of time the core or the root gets diluted, or we forget that, right? And there the problem creeps. So today's session, I will try to get into that. Those who are already aware and understand, I think definitely I will ask you also to might be take part into that, share your knowledge a little bit to fill in the gap, so that we can make the session wholesomely profitable for, or which will be beneficial for all of us, right? So looking for that way. And now, coming to one question, these three things are there in this particular session when you are talking about. One is business. We have touched base that business, it is changing. It is alarmingly changing, and things are getting very fast. But when we come to project management, I think though we hear about it, though we do it, but somewhere we feel that, the basics might be lacking out somewhere. So we'll try to understand from, all of us just by discussion, that anyone can give any what is called understanding, that what does one mean by project and one does one mean by management, right? So anyone, if anyone can unmute yourself, and you can also speak up, right? I think rather than I just one-sided I discuss, so anyone can uh, put forward your thought. Anyone, I think we'll go for basically half a minute to 1 minute. Anyone from the other side, any idea? Will not take more than half a minute to 1 minute. Anyone is open to speak up. How we define project, and what is management?
Hello. So this
Yeah.
is Ramesh. Project is a certain task or goal needs to be accomplished within the time frame and the budget. And also in chemical industry, we talk about safety. It needs to be completed within high performance safety goals.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ramesh sir. Thank you very much for putting in. Anybody else?
So project can be defined as a unique set of tasks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. And what is then management?
So managing the entire task from start to end can be defined as a management on each and every project.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jigar. Thank you very much.
So basically, it consists of planning, organizing, and resources.
Okay. Okay. Hi. Thanks, Naresh. Thank you very much. Yes. So I think what all of you or might be Ramesh has said, and then Naresh has spoken up, and I think Jigar, right? So I think we are there. Uh, Normally, what happens? Normally, if you are saying that some task or some result, right? Let me try to tickle your brain. Then, okay. Let me put something in your brain and then start thinking. When you're saying that when there is some task and we want to do it, if that is project, then I am going to a might be Maruti, what is called shop over there, floor shop. If I go over there and I see that the lot of 500 people are in the shop floor over there. They've come at particular time, 8 a.m. in the morning, and they will leave by 5 p.m. in the morning, that is evening. And all those 500 people are at their in a layout over there in the workshop and standing in a particular place. Robots are also there. Some of the robotics are working going on, but they are doing their respective job. All of them are standing. They're doing something with the vehicle to get ready, and at the end of the day might be target is that 1,000 vehicles should come out from the shop floor in a day, right? And everybody is doing their job. Everybody is doing their task. Okay, everybody is doing. They know what to do. Now, do you say that it is a project? Because they are all doing some task, right? They are doing some task and they are trying to finish something. There is a target. They're going to finish it off. So if you go to this shop floor and you see over there, will you say it's an project?
It is not project because it is already defined operations where they have a set of rules and procedures written, and people are trained what needs to be done. Whereas in project tasks, you have an uncertainty in place. The rules and regulations, or the things are not clear, and there's always some kind of a risk involved in various aspects.
Great. Thank you. At least you have said that it is not a project, right? And things are very much defined. So we'll come to that. Just hold on this point. I think what we'll do, certain slide is there, but I don't want to go very much defined by the slide, and some kind of whiteboard I'll try to use. So we'll come back to this point to understand, right? That as Ramesh also said, we are doing task over there. A lot of people are working. Things are defined, getting the result end of the day, but it is not project. Then what is project, right? We have to understand this. And management, as you all said, that yes, definitely end of the day, it is. I think those who are might be not participating can mute yourself. So managing staff, that at end of the day, we all need some outcome. We all need some result. So how to manage that? That defines the management part. Again, we'll go very brief way to understand the overall concept, so that those who are new to this concept of project management will get some idea, some very basic idea. You will get it, and you can take something along with you. Now, we'll park these questions. Let us, think back in our mind that what is this then project, then what in the shop floor we are talking about, then what is that? If it is not project, then what is that, right? We'll think about this, but before that, let me share slide and start with something so that we can, uh, start seeing. I hope that I'll be able to share my screen, Gopi sir.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. So I hope my screen is visible for a moment right now.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Yeah. So here we are. Now, whatever we have discussed till now, we'll try to, for a moment, we'll park that in our mind, and we can keep on thinking also in the background. Now, can we understand something from this slide? If anyone can speak up, right? Anyone can put your, thought process over here. Anyone, whatever you feel like, what do you understand by this picture?
Both are outdated, or I mean, they're not in
Outdated.
practice now. They're not in practice now.
Yes. So basically, the slide is trying to say to us that, couple of years or decade back, we know that STD booth was in very much demand. any phone call, any trunk call you have to do. It was a very part of our life, right? But now when we are standing in this current day to day, we know that this has become like a dinosaur. It is not there anymore. It is not part of our whole ecosystem itself, right? The kind of the mobile technology or network has get changed. Technology has changed. Now things has become very much in our hand, right? It has become handy. This booth is not there. It's a very simple symbolic stuff, but if we can think back and if we can start thinking, we can just try to relate that how the changes are happening around us, right? Very slowly, very silently, but very drastically things are changing because of the technology. And we need to understand that what is coming. If in 15 or 20 years, or might be a little bit more than that, if STD booths are nowhere in the picture, then what is going to get obsolete and what is going to come to our life? We need to think. In one of the, Bill Gates has once said that business, I think a lot of you might be in the business also. While you're talking about project management, we'll try to understand that part also. Business, it does not mean that if we are doing a very profitable business or things are going fine, it does not mean that, we should not, take care of the future risk. We should not assess for that. He was saying that always keep a little bit of fear factor in your business and life also, because that fear triggers to think ahead and to understand what is coming. If we are very much complacent and we are thinking that everything is going Mr. Mohan, if you can mute yourself. Okay, so okay, so this is fine because we live in this technology things. This kind of things are fine. So anyway, so what is the point? We are there that things are getting very fast changed, and Bill Gates said that whenever it is you are in a good position in a business or you are in a things are going good, but always keep in the mind to assess the risk that something may go wrong tomorrow, and we need to understand that what is coming, what kind of risk is going to come, or might be the changes is going to come and hit us in our business. We need to basically assess that on a regular basis, right? This is called assessment. So from this slide, if you understand this is how the business dynamics is changed, it is about the past. Now let us look into this slide. Anybody can say what is that? What is you feel that it has already started changing, right? Anybody from this slide, what is new to this?
Well, you could say that the newspaper is becoming obsolete and we are relying more on visual news. And
Okay.
While it is happening.
Okay, so Naresh's answer is that from this slide. So anybody else, anything you want to put light about this slide? What is basically alarming over here in this slide? We see that two anchors are there.
News anchor job will be absolute after some time because AI will be taken care.
AI will be taken care. Okay, but anybody, it is Sagar, right? Anybody else, what you feel? I'll come to you, Naresh and Sagar. I just want to have more answers from anybody. If we are keeping track with our current changes happening around us.
Is it the use of the modern technology?
Okay, you are asking me a question. I will give the answer.
No. It's I'm talking about like it's like the news information has become come to the modern technology.
Yeah, I think fine, but I want to be a little specific answer. Yes, technology definitely taking place, but I basically, can anybody answer me? What is this? Two anchors are there. One girl is there and one Sudhir. I know everybody knows Sudhir. So what is new in this particular picture? Okay. I think Naresh has answered little bit. Vijay has given. I think Sagar has also answered. Let me tell you, if you see this girl over here, this is not a girl. It is AI. It is virtually anchor is there. Her name is Sana, an AI anchor, basically no human being. It has been developed, and for the, I think, one or two episode has gone where Sudhir Chaudhary as an anchor is giving the news. At the same time, this is built with artificial intelligence, but the way she was talking, the way she was answering, completely virtual, and it was as par with human interaction. And if you see the name below, those who can understand Hindi, but if it is not, it is written, her name has been given by, Ashtak as Sana, and it is AI anchor, right? So artificial intelligence with virtual graphics and all those things, this particular anchor named Sana has been created, and both of them took the anchoring for one of the episode, and voice modulation, the speaking, the way Sana was talking, uh, is as per, you will feel that might be a human being is talking over there. Now, point is this, why to be surprised, right? Because it is already there. Sagar or somebody told that AI will take, future it will be taking, or it will take place. It is not take place. It has already taken place, right? Now, Sudhir Chaudhary, rather than interacting with a human being or anchor, now he is basically, with a virtual staff is talking, right? Virtual AI anchor. So it is already started taking place. Now, I started thinking that if, as someone told, that might be in future, a lot of job will be basically, will lose those job to this artificial intelligence or any kind of this type of virtual agent or something. We lose that because voice modulation, reading text, we know GPT, how it has, created a lot of news, chat GPT. So things are getting very much changed and technology is taking place. So if Sana can be there for today with Sudhir, a time might come that when Sudhir Chaudhary will be not more required over there, right? Programmatically, Sana or somebody else will be taking the place. So this is where we are standing as a human, the human civilization is standing. Basically, a lot of job will be taken by AI and all that. This is how the things are changing. Programmatically, you know that what kind of message, because as a human, we can go and with our emotion or some other thing, biasness, we can give, and a lot of news can come, but we can programmatically then drive it. But overall point is that things are getting very much fast changed, and it is already there in the, in the market or business, right? But at the same time, it is not that things are going to be very bad, because if something is getting changed, a lot of new opportunity will come up, right? Might be the, I don't know that how many of you have seen, a lot of tools are coming with the help of AI nowadays. We can create images, we can create 3D modeling. What thing is happening that you don't need any human creativity more over there. Just go there, put some things in some images or some 10 or 15 images, and the AI is going to take place and do everything for us, right? And I think ChatGPT, those who have used, we know that if you go and put anything over there in the ChatGPT, the answers are coming. Either it is an essay, either it is code, or either it is any kind of question and answer. Everything is there, we get it. But what is going to happen with this? We are going to lose the human being. We will be useful as long as we are going to use our faculty or intelligence more and more than this AI, artificial intelligence. There, I think that will make a sense for us. So this is overall, if we talk about, this stuffs over here. Now coming to project management, why these things are needed. Either we are talking about Sana, either we are talking about might be this STD, and then things got changed, mobile are coming. Ultimately, in the end, there, what is there at the background is some projects is happening, some people or some other is working on some kind of project. Now if we see over here, Sana is standing, it's looking like a completely like a girl standing over there, no difference, but it is not real, it is virtual, right? Some people, some engineers, some managers might have definitely worked day and night to create this, right? And that is called project. Now once it is created, that will become everybody will start utilizing this, mass production will start happening, and then it will become not be anymore as project, right? Now here I'll try to go and we'll come back to this particular question, what we have seen earlier, right? Now it is a blackboard. I hope that all of you are seeing a whiteboard over here, not the earlier slide. Are you seeing slide or whiteboard? Can you please?
It's PPT slide only.
PPT slide only. Okay, okay. It's only PPT. Okay, fine. Let me go back. I think where is that problem is happening? Okay, let me share again. I think I have to come back and see. Is it screen? Okay. Now what you see? Is it PPT?
Yes, PPT
Okay.
only.
And now is it whiteboard?
Yeah, now it's whiteboard. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that I was selecting only one application. Now it's fine. I think you can move around. Fine. So now where we are earlier, before this discussion, what we've seen that Ramesh has basically told that when we are in the Maruti, floor, when we are discussing, suppose this is the Maruti floor over here. I think we have to go over here. Okay. So here we are here in the Maruti floor. Suppose this is a Maruti floor from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Something will be delivered and people are standing over here. Some people, I think, don't go by the drawings. Some people are standing and some output is going to be at least end of the day 1,000 car has to be come out, right? So if that is the case, there are tasks, okay, there are tasks are there, activities are there are goals also are there, these things are happening. But as Ramesh said, and we are discussing, this is not basically project. What is happening, this overall activity, things are very much defined, people are working, and uncertainties, as you were saying, that uncertainty is less because things are very much defined. Can anyone tell me then what we call, if it is not project, right? If it is not project, then what it is then? What we call it? And same, I think same kind of example we can.
Operation.
Yes. I think Raghu, right? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Raghu. I think this is called operation. I think my handwriting, please bear with this. Okay, this is called operation, right? We go to McDonald's, might be any Saturday, Sunday evening, we go to McDonald's, the people are standing over there, we go and order them, they give us those McDonald's. These are not projects, these are operation. This Maruti shop floor also, it is operation. There are tasks, there are activities, there are results, there are goal, everything is fine, but it is not project, it is operation. Now, let us come and try to understand that then when it will be project. Now this Maruti car, suppose this car is here and this, suppose, Maruti people will faint if they see my painting over there as or drawing as a Maruti, right? Now suppose this car gives me 30 kilometer per liter mileage it gives as a petrol. Okay, we're not talking about hybrid anymore, just petrol vehicle. This is one of the parameter of this vehicle, 30 kilometer per liter. Now one customer comes to Maruti showroom. Okay, Maruti showroom, one person comes and meets the CEO or manager and tells that, okay, fine, I am ready to invest money, but can you give me a car which will give me 75 kilometer per liter? Okay, this parameter I want for my vehicle. Now, anyone can tell me that the CEO of the company, Maruti or anybody, that they will say that, okay, by tomorrow I can give you this vehicle because I have all the body, chassis, everything is there, engine is also there. I can give you this vehicle with this parameter tomorrow. Is it possible?
Not at all.
No.
It's not possible, right? Because might be outside chassis, body, everything is fine. But definitely they will not be able to give. There might be 500 people working, 1,000 people, but they tomorrow, definitely they cannot give a vehicle by 75 kilometer per liter vehicle, they can't give. Now, what can happen in this moment when there is a customer coming with a requirement and there is somebody who is going to supply it, we call it vendor or supplier or anybody. When they come to a negotiate, we call then agreement is being set. If both of them agrees, this company will say, okay, I have to do some kind of POC. You have to give me that much of amount, or for this, I'll do a POC for you and let you know that what will be the result. I need 2 months of time to do this, right? Now, their normal job was going on creating or producing vehicle with 30 kilometer per liter, 500 or 1,000 they're creating every day producing. Now somebody's come up with a new parameter which is 75, right? These triggers for a project, a new POC or new project will be triggering over here. In the operation, I think I'll make it little bit red so that we can understand this. This will trigger a new cycle over here. It is not successful, but it is initiating doing some unique result. It is asking for some unique, I think, okay, unique result, right? Unique result. It is a mass production. Over here, the car we are producing, it is a mass production, right? But here it is unique result or unique output we need. Then we call that a project has been triggered, and it will have some time, right? It will have some starting time and it will have some ending time to this. Might be it is a POC, might be this over here we are telling that this customer and this vendor, they have come together, made an agreement. They are agreed on doing something with a particular timeline, right? Might be within 2 months, he has to come and say that, okay, what is the end output of this? Whether they're achieving 75 kilometer per liter or they have reached nearby. Might be after doing all those R&D, preparing the engine properly or doing something, they can go and tell the customer that we have reached not 75, but nearby 70 kilometer we are giving. If the customer is happy with that result also, then it become a successful project, can be successful, and that can be converted into a mass production, which we normally call operation. Okay, so the point is this: there will be always in business, normally business run by operations. Any business we take, rather if it is a kirana shop also, any vendor, small shop, that also will have operation. Any big conglomerate, they also will have daily operations, right? That is sustaining their business. They get the cash flow from there, they get the benefit out of this operation. But while we are doing operation to sustain in the business market, either it is a market demand or might be technology change, what we are seeing that as an anchor, Sana has come into play. So definitely it is a technology change, or might be situation like Corona, right? Now we know that last 2.5 years, Corona has completely changed the way IT industry used to work. Earlier, we had a concept of Odyssey. Every development has to be there within Odyssey and all these things. But the moment Corona came and it was beyond human anticipation, every big company has changed, and that risk is not there anymore. Yes, we have tackled those kind of stuffs, but things has changed. People are working from sitting at home. Picture has completely changed. So a lot of trigger factor can be there. We call it a trigger factor. Okay, we call it trigger factor. A lot of thing can be a trigger for coming up or doing some project over there. Either it is a natural calamity like Corona, or if it is like a technological investment like AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain and all those things, or might be a market demand, right? Now, if we know and if we see that lot of car company nowadays not only thinking about traditional way of running a car, they are thinking how can be electric vehicle can be being into picture. And that's why lot of time we are seeing that we are coming up with an hybrid model, right? Both the petrol as well as or diesel or might be the electric, and keeping the balance over there. So new invention is happening. So whenever something of this sort is happening in operation, we need something to do so that we can sustain and grow to a new height. I think the color is little bit okay. So this kind of, whenever there is some trigger point of doing something new, we call it a project over there, and always it will have a unique result, and there will be start and end time, right? And once it is successful, it is accepted by the customer, whoever is sponsoring, and then it's go for a mass production. Okay, then it becomes again operation. So this is overall the concept of or difference between a project and a operation. So I will stop for a few moments over here. If anyone having any questions, or if you feel that it has given you a better idea and understanding, you can, let me know. We'll move forward from here. Anyone has any question over here? Or if you feel that you're finding it is useful, that also you can let me know, because it will help me to understand that we are moving in the right direction. Anyone having any thought over here? I'll stop the screen sharing at this moment of time. Okay, let me put this question. Do you feel this information is new to you, or you are feeling this information is known to you? That also you can let me know. How many of you feel, you can raise your hand, how many of you feel this information, what you have discussed, or the concept you have discussed, it is useful and new to you? Thank you, Vijay. Anyone else? Okay, let us be honest, because we keep learning. Whenever we learn something new, something comes to our life, new things. Because my experience, I have seen that we might be in a corporate world working in projects and others for a lot of time, but these basic things somewhere or sometime it is missing from us, right? Yeah, thank you all those who have raised your hand. I think, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Rohit. So this is overall basically the basic difference between a project and operation, and how projects are basically important and why projects managers are important. Because operation manager and project manager will be different. Operation manager job will be mainly to sustain the business, but when it is a project managers normally job is that they will be involved in something new, where there will be a lot of uncertainty. As Ramesh was saying, that lot of uncertainties will be there. You never know that, at the end your project will be successful or not, but you are in a mission to achieve something, right? There will be a lot of challenges, lot of issues. So that's why what happened, that we know about PMI. I don't know how many of you know about PMI. Can you again raise your hand? I just want to see whether you have heard the name PMI. How many of you have heard the name of PMI? Naresh, okay, thanks, Naresh. Anyone else? Raghu, okay. Anyone else? PMI? Okay, Jigar, Vijay Kumar, okay. Anybody else? Okay, I think good. Quite a little percentage we have who have heard about PMI. PMI basically it's an institute in Pennsylvania, USA. So the objective of this institute is that to propagate the concept of project management within among people, so that we understand, right, the concept. So they have it's a lot of people coming together, and they're trying to come up with the idea to give it people that how project can be handled. And that particular guide, we normally call it a PMBOK, project management body of knowledge. So time to time it is changing, it is evolving. And when you read that particular book, it's like a book, but a lot of people has put their thought over there. It gives a fair idea that what project is, and what basically happens while you are trying to handle a project. Now let us go to slide again and try to understand. We'll go very fast, okay, to understand the basic tenets of projects, so that today, when apart from 5 or 6 who have raised their hand, they heard about the PMI, they will be knowing about it. Those who are new over here, you go today from here with that idea that you know what is project management and how to handle it. Very simple. If we use our common sense also with that, we can handle it very easily. So again, I'll come to the slide, and we'll go 1 or 2 slide with this, and then we'll come back again with some discussion. Okay, so this much we have seen. Now this is Can anyone tell me if I think everybody knows what is the left top corner is the pyramid. We know that pyramid is there. What is the, right side top corner? Anyone can tell me what is that picture, the train, rail line? Anyone, any idea?
Or Konkan Railway?
Yes, Konkan Railway. Excellent. Okay, so those who have read or gone through the Konkan Railway, you can read the about the project, that how challenging it was and what a wonderful project this Konkan Railway was. Okay, so this is also a project. Pyramid, it is thousands of years old, but pyramid itself, the construction, right, it is not an easy job. If we start thinking that at that time how human being could take such huge stones or something like that and they can build something structure like that, right, and put in something over there, definitely it is beyond human imagination, but human being has done that. And if we take this, it will also have some starting and end time, some king or somebody will be there to having that interest of building it, but it is a project. Similarly, Konkan Railway, if we check into the left bottom side corner, we can understand some kind of space mission is there. That is also a project. If we think of Chandrayaan, right, Chandrayaan itself is a project. Those scientists in ISRO and everybody, day and night, they are thinking about it and to achieve something, and we know the result also. We see here and there every now and then that successful accomplishment of some of the launching of satellite or some other kind of stuff. So these are all projects. What is the bottom side, right side bottom, what is that?
It's a Hyperloop.
This is Hyperloop, yes. So Hyperloop is going to come. We know that in India, the rail and other things are changing, keeping pace with the time. We see that Vande Bharat is there, which is quite a big jump for Indian railway industry. Things are getting changed, a lot of sophistication as well as speed and efficiency is increasing. Similarly, Hyperloop is currently under, experiment, but one day when it will be successful and will become, it will not be any more project, because when what is happening now, it is a project, under project, right? Once it will be successful and it will be useful and it will become a mass production will be there, then every country will start adopting it. It will become operation for us. And I think then distance will be very, might be from Bombay to Delhi, might be one or 2 hour people can travel and come back, right? If that happens, then definitely you can understand that if Hyperloop comes into play, then the hotel industry will get definitely affected very much, because now people go stay in hotel, they spend 1 or 2 day night for business also, and then they come back by flight and all these things. But if any system comes up like Hyperloop, where Bombay to Delhi travel becomes 1 hour journey, then definitely these are the change. Basically, Bill Gates was telling that you need to keep an eye what the changes are happening, right, how things are going to affect. As we know and look back that Corona, right, due to Corona, lot of travel business or tourism business was affected over there, with a lot of other business also. So this is how normally the project happens, something which is of past but something which is coming, right? Now these are the implements, right, implementation of projects. Now coming to organization, now if you are talking about Sana, if you are talking about Konkan Railway, if you're talking about Hyperloop, or might be Elon Musk might be working on that, we know that there will be some organization will be working. Now, very basic understanding I'll be trying to give over here. Any organization who is there, right, they will have some portfolio management process over there. Now, Infosys is not going to definitely working on shoe manufacturing or chappal manufacturing, right? It is the job of Bata. What Bata is going to do, Infosys is not going to do, or some other digital company is not going to do. And what Bata is doing, he'll be doing that, right? Because that is their portfolio. Now, similarly, when there is a portfolio, they will have certain project also to get some output or outcome. There will be a lot of analysis over there. They need data and inputs. So this is how in every organization, if we understand this picture over here, there will be projects, there will be portfolio, and there will be a lot of data is required, right? If suppose we talk about company like Bata, they will be producing or manufacturing or creating a lot of different kind of chappal, shoes and all these things which will fulfill people's requirement for taking care of their fit, right? And there will be a lot of data, right? That how many people are coming, what size, which age, all this, from which location, all this, these data plays a very important role, right? Depending on the data in inputs, there will be projects, there will be goals, there people will be required, capital will be required. This is how any organization and any company runs basically their goal and output. And this is what the basic funda of any organization. When I think a lot of all of you were basically working professionals. For me, when I'm talking to young professionals or students, this big picture is always missing for us, right? We think that, okay, a software engineer means going and doing some kind of coding. It's not that. The picture is much bigger than this. Any organization will have this, they will have an organizational strategy. With that strategy, they will always think, what to do next, what to do better, what to do innovative, right? As we seen that example of Sana and AI, might be Astak as an, news agency, they were always thinking that how we can bring in artificial intelligence over there, right? That is their strategic thinking as an organization. And that will trigger some kind of project with the depending of data and all these things. So this is the basic funda of an organization level. Now, coming to, there are certain groups are there, process groups are there when you are talking about managing a project, right? How many of you have heard the name of Deming? Quality Guru name is called Deming. How many of you have heard the name of Deming? Anyone? Deming was a quality guru. He came up with a very simple, I think, again, I will stop this before I go. Okay, let me share. Clear the canvas. Okay, I hope you can see the whiteboard, right? All of you. Now we are talking about Deming. Deming was a quality guru. Basically, he was a quality guru, Deming. He gave very simple, what is called concept about managing basically project, right? What he told, I think, to any work we start, right? There can be 4 staffs over there, right? If we divide it, sorry. No, give me a second. I think some finding. Okay, so if you see over here, if we take as a circle, right, very basic funda of project management, right? Any work we want to do, right? We have to can anyone tell me what is P? It goes like this, okay? This is will be the same. This is planning. Yes, definitely. Anything we want to do will be first doing planning, right? It will be planning. What will be D?
Development.
It is
Do.
doing, do.
Do.
Okay. What will be C?
Check.
It is checking, right? Means basically you have to check back what is checking. And what is A?
Act.
It is,
Act.
I think someone can mute somebody, background noise is coming. It is called act. Okay. So any project, suppose I want to now go for a trekking from here to, from Pune to, I want to go for a trekking in Himalaya. Now, if it is my goal or if it is some kind of, objective I'm taking to do that activity, going to Himalaya for trekking, then see automatically these components will come into play, right? Give me a second. if I want to go from Pune to Himalaya for trekking, this is my goal, then definitely I have to first start with the planning thing, right? I have to plan for it. I have to understand what will be the right time, what will be the right weather over there for going, and what will be the right season, how much cost will be involving if I go in a group or if I go solo. So all this data I have to collect, and this particular process is called planning, right? So planning has to be done first. Once I do the planning, I think the example will be little bit over here if it is a basically project wise. So once I suppose now the next part is doing, right? I'll be going over there, right? I'll be going over there. That is the do part. I'll be doing it. Now, once I go over there, what will happen? I'll gain some knowledge, right? Now I'll be, after I come back, I can check for that if anything has gone wrong over there or my budget was correct or something, if I can do it better. But next time when I go, definitely I'll take the lessons learned and I can implement and act on over here, right? So this is one example I'm giving. But suppose now I take a software development, right? If I take a software development or any business, suppose you are doing a business also, if you are something over there, you plan it first. After planning, start building the software. Once we build the software, we call it doing, right? Then what normally happens after a software is built to a certain extent, we go and check with the client. It is called checking. After checking, customer might come back and say, okay, 80% of your stuff are good. Okay, things are fine, but 25% or 20% you feel that you need some kind of rework. Then this is after call checking or analysis, then we again rework on this. This is called act again, right? Again act and correct this 20% plus some other work. This cycle always goes on. This is in a loop. So plan, do, check and act. It is called PDCA cycle. PDCA cycle. And this is the basic, very basic fundamentals of doing any project, because without planning, we can't do anything. We need some kind of planning. So planning is required. Then we'll do it. Then we check on this, that everything is fine. That is called evaluation. And then again, we act on this, right? And this principle is applicable anywhere. This either a student is there who is going to appear for an exam, if a businessman is there who is going to do some business and continuously is thinking, looking for some kind of profit making ventures, might be taking a small step, then checking whether the profit is happening or not, or things are going fine or not, then again doing it, right? So this is the funda of basically this PDCA cycle, we call it, which is given by Deming basically. This is basic fundamentals of project management. Okay. Now, what we'll do, we'll go back to the slide again. This particular PDCA cycle has been taken by, this project management. I hope we can see the slide over here. This project management has been divided into 5 groups. First is initiation, because any project you are going to do, as we have seen that example earlier, that one customer has come to the Maruti and might be the CEO or somebody and telling that, okay, I want a car of 75 kilometer, per liter. That is the initiation. Basically a trigger point is happening, right? Now, if you have seen the Corona time, right, that a lot of vaccine has been created or manufactured, right, or discovered for battling the virus. So these incidents are the trigger. These are the initiation point, right? This is called, any project will have passed through some initiation level. Then requirement and definition will be done. Now, suppose one of you or those who are doing business, any business you want to do, you will collect the requirement from the customer first, that what is needed, right? What the customer pain area is, what the problem is having, which you are going to solve with your business. That is called requirement gathering or definition gathering, and then we'll be planning on that. Once this planning is done, things are fine, we start execution. We'll be trying to do the job. We'll be starting delivering the result to the customer. And then while we are doing it, a lot of monitoring and controlling is required throughout, so that things are not going out of place. That's why in software industry, basically, lot of developers, testers, and other people are there, or might be in normal business, lot of staffs will be there, people will be there. Somebody is their supervisor or somebody is required to check that things are going fine and not going out of hand, right? Then performance and monitoring and cost control, all these things happens. And if the project is over, suppose as the example you have taken earlier, that Maruti, they are doing the POC or the, what is called proof of concept. When it is done, they are almost achieving near 75 kilometer per liter. They go to the customer and say that, boss, this is what we have done and this is the result. And customer is happy. They will say that, okay, I'm fine with this project. We can close and go for the mass production. These are the these are the 5 steps of any managing project. Okay, 5 phases. We call it 5 phases of managing a project. Project initiation, requirement gathering, execution, monitoring, controlling, and project closeout. Okay. Now, normally, if we go by the knowledge of PMBOK, this project phases, they have certain outputs, because whenever we do something, there will be certain kind of output over there. Without this, we don't do it. Initiating, there will be understanding the needs, establishing the measurable objectives, and there is something called project charter. Whenever we start any project, we create a project charter, because that is the fundamental document is required, right, for doing that. Then the part is the planning. Okay, confirming the requirements and developing a project plan. Next part is the execution, where we follow procedures, we execute the project, manage the team. These are the part and involved over there. And then monitoring, controlling is the audit process. Normally audit will be there, because whenever we do something, some audit will be there. Otherwise, we'll not understanding that whether we are meeting the objective or we are falling behind, something like that, whether we on time or budget is on proper, or we are missing out on the budget. So that's why audit will be required. Measuring the performance, measuring the variables, and at the end, when the project is closed, then we confirm the project completion, final acceptance, and documents or lessons learned happens over here. Okay, so this is the normally the 5 phases of managing any project, and what are the outputs normally happens with this project management. Now, this is one very simple example what we have discussed till now. If we see that any project we start, there will be a start of the project, okay, and there will be end of the project, and might be there will be some phases. If we take the example of Metro Rail of Delhi, this project is going on. It starts with one phase, they complete one phase, then they start with other phase, right? So a project can be divided into a multiple phases also, if it is a not small one. If we take the example of Metro Rail of Delhi, there is blue line, there is orange line, there is red line, there is yellow line. All these lines depict a particular route, right? In Chennai also, I see that when I was there, one phase was completed. Might be second phase is already, might be now operational. Then third phase will start. So this is a big project of Metro Rail, but there are phases. So one phase completes. If it is successful, if it is ROI is good, return is good, then second phase starts, right? Or if it is a small project, then it starts and ends of the project. So same, all these phases are there. It is initiating, then it is planning, and then executing. But at the same time, if you see in the circle at top, monitoring, controlling is there. And at the last is the exit phase or end of the project. Now, another important stuff to understand, those who are business people over here, those who are taking care of business, or other might be software industries or company or something like this, any project when we are starting, these phases when we are going through from input to output, initiation, then process, and all these things, ultimate goal is to give the end result to the customer. That is, we call project deliverables, right? We are delivering the project to the customer, we call it deliverables. But another important aspect over here is that project records. This is one of the big, this becomes a company's asset, basically process assets. I'm doing the first project, I'm not so good in that, I have faced a lot of issues, challenges, but ultimately I've given the project to the customer. But there is a lot of learning out of it, right? Those learnings, as a project team, we record it, we keep it, track it, and then those lessons learned can be utilized in the second or third project, right? That's why it is called project assets or project records. So these are very important components of delivering any project. There will be boundary also of doing a project, right? Either might be in terms of time, either might be in terms of resources, money or people, there will be some boundaries. So any project, if it is not operation will keep on going, right? As long as business sustainability is there, cash flow is there, business is getting a profit out of doing that particular job, this is operation will keep on going. But project will have its start and end time, and boundaries will be there. But there are two outputs. One is the end result to the customer, the deliverables, and another is the lessons learned. We call it lessons learned or project asset for the company or the organization. And this is another, picture to explain that how the processor basically gets covered. If the initiation group is there, if you see that the graph is very small, it starts and then ends. This is the beginning. But planning also will keep on continuing for a longer time. Planning will be there. Then execution, if you see over here, the depth of execution is very higher because we need more people and more time and money during the execution. And at the end, we finish. That is gets over, right? But if we see one thing, that graph wise, this where my cursor is there, monitoring and controlling will be from start to end. That starts with the project starting and ends with the project's end. That's why the monitoring and controlling is very important. That's why a project manager or a supervisor or anybody from start to end is very much important. So with time and with the level of interaction, we can understand from these graphs how the people interaction or the either it is cost and time, how much it is going to take from this graph over here. Okay, I think this much I'll be stopping. If any question anybody is having, then you can ask me, or do you feel that whatever we have discussed till now is helpful to you? And I think we are at 45, 15 minutes are there. Another 5 minutes I'll take to give the brief on something else, but till now, any question or anything you have, anyone, or you feel that whatever you have heard till now is useful. So basic concepts of project management, right? What are the phases are there? What are the groups are there? And how we basically deliver throughout the cycle of the project. Yeah, Naresh. Okay.
Yeah, so what we are saying is basically you're giving us an overview about project management, but you're not discussing much about the tools.
No, tools means what? I was never told that I'll be going and talking about any tools over here.
Okay.
Project management itself is a tool, right? Agile can be a tool. Or any template if you're talking about, right? Objective of this session was not that we'll be going deeper into any tool or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, Agile itself is a tool, or might be Kanban can be a tool, right? But for this group, the objective was not to go and discuss any tool as of now, to discuss on the concept first, right? To talk on the concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. So because see, the more we get deeper into that, then we can talk more, because 1 hour is not that much sufficient to give any. See, template is always, we can give some template, but if we don't have the understanding or concept better, tools does not play a major role over there, right? Ultimately, end of the day, either it is agile, either it is traditional waterfall model or any other stuff. But if concept is not clear, we have seen that people falter over there, right? Though we know the tools, but it does not work out much better way over there.
So if you want to learn more about these different kinds of tools that are available, like Agile, Kanban, where do you pick this up besides PMI?
Besides PMI, internet is the best place. Everything is over there. But problem is that it is not organized, right?
Yeah.
And how much time you have. So see, Agile also, what is that? Whatever till now we have discussed in Agile, if we talk about Agile itself is a framework. It is, it is not about any particular tool. Kanban is a concept, right? So ultimately point is there that the more we understand these concepts properly and understand the knowledge while you are talking and running a business, our situation should drive it. It's not that because I know Agile, I should be following Agile all the time. It is not the case. My business need, my situation should tell me whether I should go with a traditional kind of project management or I should go with Agile, whether it is really needing. If not, then I should not have any love for that tool or technique. Right? If chaotic nature, if very challenging, if there is uncertainty, then definitely Agile will help. But if already plan and the outcome is quite defined, then traditional project management works very well there. right? So anyway, as you have asked that where to get more information and more stuff, I think definitely internet is one of the place where all the answers are there to get it from and to know from. And then practice. Mainly it depends on the practice. Okay. So as you are telling that you were looking for tool, so what was your expectation on this, Naresh, for getting that understanding of tools?
Basically, see, since I run a small company, our project
Mhm.
management techniques are not really advanced.
Mhm.
So I was looking to get more information. Like you said, the internet is very disorganized. The one
Yes.
is PMI, so I'm encouraging some of my engineers to join the
Mm.
course and we'll sponsor it.
Mm.
Yeah. The other option I was looking, like I was just for basic information, like if you could tell that go here, this is good, this is
See,
good, something like that. Yeah.
that is what I'm telling. If you're looking really for this, I will, at least because you are running the organization, I will suggest that please encourage your people to get the concept first, to understand, right? Once they really understand, a lot of time it happens, we go for certification, we go for, getting that, some kind of proof that I have done. But if we are really not clear with our understanding and concept, and why you see another might be in big company, I see that people think that project management is for the project manager and developers and other don't need it. Okay, that mindset differentiation is also always there a lot of time. So it is very important. I think you should encourage your people to understand the concept. Might be very basic, that why project management, why it is necessary, why all the team member need it. It is not only for project manager or leader, everybody needs it. If that is there, then definitely after this, next step will be for understanding the difference between traditional and agile. They let them decide that which will help them out to run their project, rather than dictating that this should be the model should be taken and followed. Automatically they will come up with their better way of handling the projects. But basic fundamental understanding is required. And I think you are looking, PMI is one, definitely PMI is one. Then apart from this, lot of other sites or might be areas are there in the internet itself, it is there. But my point over here, what I would like to say, that we should not get confused with lot of concept and ideas, right? We should get the basic and then implement in the project, and we should see that how much result it is coming, and from there to go to the next level.
Thanks.
So, I think if you feel also that any further information or anything you want, you can always contact me. I'll try to help you out over there, but we can do that. But yes, it takes a lot of, it takes time, but I think there is always a starting point, right? PMI and other stuffs, agile and all these things, we can start. Anyone else? I think thanks Naresh for at least telling that understanding. But I think we start with that basic thing with the your organization. I think that's definitely should help them out. Another challenge we feel, what I've seen, especially for Naresh, I'll tell that we talk nowadays a lot about agile. We talk a lot about Kanban and all these things. This has become a fancy word for us. We feel that we need to follow this, but uh, it is always very important that we understand the concepts properly, and we need, we should understand why we need it. That understanding is very much required to drive it properly. Otherwise, a lot of time it becomes a very shallow kind of stuff, right? So that normally should not happen. That is one point over here. Anyone else? Anyone else is any idea or anything you have to say about here?
Yeah. Hi, this is Jigar.
Yeah, Jigar.
So basically, like I have done PMP certification. Okay, but my projects are mostly into like kind of a iterative life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just want to get an example like how basically the agile is like
Mhm.
when you work on agile project, just as
Mhm.
an example, like
Mhm.
in short, like how the project goes, and when in between the phases when you ask for budget, or like you have a conversation, okay fine, now the scope has changed, how the
Mhm.
budget will be, okay fine, in third phase how the things are placed and how the things will be. So just a short overview, if you can help me with that particular part, that would be great.
Okay, great. Anybody else? Jigger, okay. Anybody else? Okay, so my question will be to Jigar. Okay, let us discuss that. Now, whatever we have seen till now about project initiation planning, either we talk about agile, either we talk about traditional, those phases, right? All those 5 phases will be always there. We can't negate that, right? That PDCA cycle. PDCA cycle will be always there. Whatever the different name or nomenclature we bring in, those will be always there. Now, Jigar, so you are talking about that. You have done PMP. That is all fine. This is very fundamental stuff. It's good that you have done. Now, coming to, if you see that all projects are handling in a traditional, or that is as a agile or sprint. Now, how have anyone has understanding of agile manifesto or the principles? Or Jigar, my question to you also, that have you gone through the agile manifesto or principles?
Yeah, I've gone through that.
You have gone through that, right? You have gone
Yeah,
through. So
yeah, yeah,
you have that basically understanding
yeah.
what the manifesto and principle is talking about, right? Now
Yes, yes.
let me explain to, I think over here. Mm, 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 mm. Naresh is already there. So, and Jigar, let me, I know again with that whiteboard, I'll try to explain that where it is coming and playing the part, right? So manifest and all these things, I'll take another 5 minutes to explain that if it helps to you all. I think what we'll do, give me a second. Okay, I hope you all can see the whiteboard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. See what is happening. Now, what is happening basically? Earlier, right, when we used to work or customer used to give us any work, right? Suppose customer is over here, he has given any project to us, right? We used to analyze and do everything and then getting sign off, like that's traditional kind of project management, right? And once we used to give them the output, it might be having taking 6 months time, right, to give the output of the project, right? The need to the customer, because earlier we used to follow the traditional project, right? My requirement, then my design, that analysis, implementation, then testing. You all know this, most of you might be knowing this, right? This waterfall model,
yeah,
right? Requirement gathering, then what is called designing, then implementation, then testing, and then basically support and all these things will be there. So this waterfall model is to follow. Now customer is asking you the goal or some objective of year, and after 6 months when you are giving, what is happening in the business meantime, things are getting changed and the goal is getting changed. Might be he wants to go over here the goal, but his goal has got changed to here. Okay, the goal has changed with time. Now, for to handle this, what is Agile is saying that what we'll do, we'll build something on a very short period of time. Okay, might be for 2 weeks. That's why you call it sprint, right? 2 weeks we'll do the stuff. Then again, we'll talk to the customer. And if customer is saying that, okay, no, we don't have to go this way, I have to change the path, then I'll change the path over here. And again, we'll do something, show the demo, and same stuff. See, PDCA is remaining same. PDCA is not changing. PDCA is coming over here also, PDCA coming over here also. But we are talking to the customer more and showing him, he's saying, okay, fine, I am fine with this, but my now goal has changed over here, we'll go this direction. So every time the interaction with the customer has increased more in Agile. So we, rather than going in a straight line for 6 months, we keep on changing our path with talking to the customer in time to time, right? So Agile talks about customer interaction is a very important concept of Agile. Talk to customer, see that any business person is there. So if developers are there, along with the developer, it is compulsory. If you are following Agile, we need a business person from the business side to be working with the developer. If we are not following this, if your business partner is not coming for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you might term it as an Agile, but you are not following Agile. Because you need validation from the customer every sprint that things are going in the right direction or not, right? So that's why customer demo is needed. When he guides that, okay, I need to change the path, you have to change the path. So if you see over here, if I was in a traditional, I used to follow the same path, but here in Agile, what is happening? I am able to maneuver my course of direction. And that's why it is called iterative model, because I'll be having and talking with the customer time to time to get the result. And main point over here is that rather than, again, let me, is this much is clear to all of you why Agile? There is no difference. It is in the mindset. Rather than giving my output to the customer after 6 months, I'll be interacting more with the customer and I'll be giving him, or I'll be showing the demo to him every 2 weeks. Does it make sense, Jigar? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if we see over here, what we are trying to say in waterfall model and Agile, we are telling that rather than giving all the delivery at the end, if we follow Agile, we have to see that we are giving the boxes in very iterative fashion. Every 2 weeks. That's why you are telling that, Jigar, what to do. Nothing. If you have a very big piece of project, divide into small, and every 2 weeks, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on the project, we should go and talk to the customer. Customer interaction is very much important, right? Earlier, in what traditional waterfall model used to happen, that after the requirement gathering is done, till the project is completely ready, and if it is going to 6 months or 7 months, we used to go and talk to the customer after that. Now, what is happening? What is the change in Agile? We are going and talking to them every 2 weeks. And what the mindset is changed now, that somebody from the business side also has to be part of your team. If that is not happening, then Agile delivery will not be possible. It will create a problem, because we are not following the very basic thing that customer interaction and customer collaboration is required. Making sense?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, definitely.
So that's why this manifesto, this particular Agile principle, I'm not going in deeper, but this manifesto is very much important to understand. We have changed our mindset over here, right? Earlier we used to follow process and tools a lot, but nowadays we are saying that give empowerment to the team, give empowerment to the people, give empowerment to customer. Earlier we used to prepare MPP or something for 6 months. We'll do the work, customer does not know what is going on, and that 6 months you used to go and show some result. But now customer knows every day what is going with the team, who are working, who are not working, in which level they are working, the transparency you are bringing in. That's why Agile Manifesto is talking that individual interaction is very much important. It is not about any technique or something. It is about changing the mindset, how we want to become transparent with the customer also. And similarly, working software, if we are working more on producing some document or something, it is not going to work out. It is required. But end of the day, every day we should be producing more working software. If you're talking about a software, basically we are working in a software industry, so we have to see that we are developing a software which we are able to show to the customer rather than any kind of document. And then customer collaboration, this line is very important, because a lot of project I have seen that where we talk about agile, but if your customer is not coming and involving with your project, he's just coming and telling you that, okay, I need this project, this is the outcome, and after this, there should be either a representative. If the main customer is not available there for, talking to you or for the project, there should be some business spark. If that is missing, then you are missing on the customer collaboration. So what will happen? And the end, the risk and the project failure chance will be more. And the last, basically the important stuff of agile is that in earlier we were much more rigid in following the what is called doing the changes. But nowadays, if customer is asking the last moment also, it's basically a mindset change, right? How flexible we are, how adaptable we are. So that is rapid change, right? Rapid change or acceptance. This is what is basically needed. This mindset is basically playing a huge role over here, either that, and moreover software industry nowadays with traditional way delivery of software is not possible at all, because the kind of changes comes, the kind of maneuvering we have to do. So it is always that agile we have to follow, and for this the mindset change is very much required. It is from top to bottom. It is not that one person or one project manager will come and he will try to change. No, it will not work that way. It will work only when from top to bottom, the whole organization along with the customer. If customer is not understanding you are doing agile and they are also not ready to listen, then also it will fail. So the whole, this complete team, customer plus the vendor together has to come, build that environment to deliver the project in an agile fashion. Otherwise, there is a lot of, that's why you call that, a lot of time agile delivery becomes fragile also. It fails because a lot of time people are not understanding the basic tenets of the agile delivery. So Jigar, to answer your question, if you have done PMP, it's good, you have got the basic understanding or funda, but from there try to understand what agile is talking about, manifesto and other stuff. And it is only thing is that whatever the tools you are following, either it is a digital tool or either it is an Excel or whether it is any other document following the creating the sprint and all these things, doesn't matter. Ultimately it is the mindset that our interaction with the customer will be more, and every 2 weeks we should come up with some kind of delivery to the customer to show them, get their feedback, and then correct it and work again. So again, PDCA cycle is coming over there. Making sense?
Yes, agreed.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Kanban and all those things are different, right? Kanban is basically
Yeah.
telling to make the things transparent. Earlier, things were not that transparent because we used to go after 6 months. If the project is of 1 or 2 years, we used to go back after 7 months, 1 year. So now what Agile is saying, make the stuff more transparent, right? That's why those Kanban board is coming or the whiteboard is coming where we display those colorful sticky and all those things to tell the customer or the business partner that, see, this is our job is going on. We are very much transparent. If something is going wrong, we are open to discuss that, right? So this is the overall funda of agile project management. So say ultimately end of the day comes this one only. This is the overall, whatever the methodology you follow, this is what agile we used to, waterfall used to deliver everything at the end. Here we are trying to give everything on a bits and piece to the customer, so that customer also take parts, right? Any other things, these are all basically other part of learning is there. So, Naresh, I think, do you feel that, have you see, it is not about any particular tools. I'll say it is about the mindset, right? And the learning. So hope that, this has helped Jigar and you to get a little bit of idea that the difference between traditional and agile also, that how we should follow it.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. See, there is anyway, another thing is that nowadays, if you see, we are talking about safe, we are talking about, disciplined agile, we are talking about a lot of other stuffs. These are all good about, expanding our knowledge and everything. But I personally believe that, if fundamentals are clear, anybody can tackle any kind of things new or old coming, right? So that should be very much clear at the beginning with any team, might be from the top to bottom in an organization.
So since you have mentioned about safe, I was going to ask you about this thing. So since I don't have any agile related experience, right? And is it worthy to get a safe certification or something on those lines, which will help to expand the knowledge and also maybe it will help me to get a better opportunity?
See, any knowledge is end of the day is useful. Nothing is waste, right?
Agreed. Agreed.
Now, question comes that the organization you are going to apply for, whether they are giving value to that or not. If a organization does not give a value, that does not mean that certification is useless, right?
Yes, makes sense.
It is up to you. And then either you have done safe or not, if you are understanding agile basic concepts, and then you are able to implement in any organization to do that, agile implementation in a small project also with a team, right? Then also it is useful, na? See, ultimately what happens, see, it is not about tool or something. You know agile, but your team member does not might be giving any value to this. They will not listen to you. You are telling, okay, let us come and do a stand-up meeting for 15 minutes, but your team member might feel that it's useless. Why should I come for 15 minutes? They are the they are actually the real kind of implementation starts when you are working with a team member and you are trying to change their mindset.
Okay.
And safe is a framework. It is basically for scalability. If it is a bigger team member, bigger project, then lot of scrums are there. Those information of safe will definitely help. But again, you need that environment to practice your knowledge over there, right?
Yeah, that is the main thing which I'm looking for. But yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, I agree with your point.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
what I can understand from this agile thing is that ultimately it requires customer cooperation.
See, this is one thing, Naresh. I will tell you, I have a lot of stories to tell if I have the time. But end of the day, this is my experience. If the organization as a whole, if the organization from the top is not supporting who are going to do agile, then there will be failure. Again, if the customer is not understanding we are doing agile and what is the expectation from both the side, then also there will be failure, right? Customer cannot give the requirement and then for 6 months they are not there to tell or take the demo, then agile will not be successful because nobody is understanding what agile is. Agile needs a complete collaboration with the customer along with the budget and time, that is along with the money or the sponsoring they're doing, we need their time also equally. So regular interaction with the customer is required for delivering a project in agile. Otherwise, we follow the traditional, we go after 3 months, 6 months, give the demo, take the requirement again. Might be there will be a huge kind of rework. So it depends that what kind of agreement and understanding we are going with the customer before delivering the project. I have seen a lot of project where MSA or the agreement has been signed, where customer is talking about that we'll be delivering project in agile. But when we started the project, we understood that the mindset of the customer is totally in still traditional project management. They are following the same old style. Even the mindset or the that ego factor and on those things are also playing the same way. So it's a practical situation. When we go and try to work in a project, we understand that where from the people are coming from and how we need to navigate there in that current situation.
Got it. Clear.
Yeah, so that's the point. But anyway, Jigar, your answer will be that I'll not say that any knowledge or persuasion for certification is useless. Every certification, every knowledge is important. Now depends where and when you are going to apply it and how you're going to apply it and then learn from it again.
Got it.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah. Thank you, Jigar.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I think we are at 12:08, Gopi sir. So I hope that people, those who are here, they are those who have got value something out of this discussion.
Definitely, yes. Certainly, yes. Thank you very much for that
Yeah.
outstanding session.
Thank you.
Jaydip. We'll just keep the floor open for question answers. Anybody has a question, may please unmute and ask your questions, please.
Good morning. This is a very nice presentation. Thank you. You covered a lot in a very short time. By the way, my question is how to, of course, I'm talking about scheduling. How a 24-month project can be completed in 22 months. Is there any other special inputs you have?
24 months project to be finished in 22 months. I think let me go there and let me go and show something over here. I think I'll try to go here to clear the canvas, right? Whiteboard. Okay. Now your question is that suppose here, right? This is your project. Now, when you are saying about 22 months or 24 months project, right? So before understanding that, we need to understand how many resources are there, right? How many people are there for doing this project, right? So definitely there will be number of people. There might be 8 hours working day. If we take 5 days a week, if we take this, then might be we are coming up with an understanding of 24 months of delivery we need it. Now it has to make in 22 months. There is something called in project management crashing, okay? Crashing, or there is might be called resource leveling, right? These two techniques are there. So either you can increase the number of people over here. If you are having suppose 10 people delivering 24 months, then you can do one thing. You can increase the people depending on the need, might be another 12, so two people increasing or 4 people. So you increase that number of people over here, that is called resource leveling, or might be crashing, right? You have to see that when you divide the project, you have to figure it out that is there any other work which can be done parallelly, right? Might be if you're doing this job, then you can see that job A, B, C can be done in parallelly, not sequentially. So these are the techniques can be utilized to complete the project, might be in less time. But again, if you are doing crashing, again, if you do parallel, that means you have to take more people. So your budget will increase, right? But that is one way of maintaining the time. And another one, as I told, that resource leveling interlinked both each other, but this is how you can reduce the time of delivery. But again, definitely, we talk about WBS, right? Work breakdown structure. So better divide the project into different pieces and figure it out what are the job which has to be done sequentially and which are the job can be done parallelly. And I think that definitely will help to finish the project might be in 22 months. Does it answer your question?
Yeah, thank you very much. And
Yeah,
of course, I thought it to have a separate internal schedule yeah.
Yeah, that is what parallelly when you are doing, so you are dividing the schedule into some other schedule over there and trying to finish those things parallelly, right? Where the dependency is not there.
Yeah, it is giving customer what do you call your benefactor separate schedule, and we have an internal schedule separately, right?
See,
Like
that is again another stuff, right? That is, if you are say, then in project management side, what happens? Giving customers something and doing that is, that is a technique, but we don't, as a project manager, we don't take that much. See over here, what happens? Suppose I talk to suppose P1, it is a project I'm taking, and after talking to team member, I find that it might take 22 months for me to complete, okay, with all the ideal condition and everything taking into consideration. But you never know what risk will come into play in between, right? So we don't know the risk because it is an unseen thing, right? So what we do as a project manager or leader, always as a company also, always you do some kind of buffering over here, right? You call it buffering. Okay, so because you don't know the risk, so you do some buffering. So if it is 22 months, you can go and tell customer, okay, we'll give it in 24 months. So 2 months you are keeping buffer for maintaining the risk. It is not a bad stuff, but this is called buffering. But when we are trying to scientifically divide a project and coming to a plan, right, WBS, suppose you are dividing this into small pieces, then definitely with this we can come into a certain numbers. But this is again it is coming and basically internal and external kind of scheduling you are telling, right? Internal, I'll tell to team to finish it in 22 months, but I'll tell customer I'll give it in 24 months. This buffer I'm keeping for maintaining the risk. which is might be an unseen kind of stuff, right? So that is one way of handling the stuff. Does it answer?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, any other questions from anyone?
Yeah,
Anyone else?
hello, this is
Yeah.
Yeah, Raghu, go Raghu.
thank you, thank you. See, my question is, I think it was a great session, sir. Thanks for thank you, Mr. Gopi, for inviting you and enlightening all of us with the basics of the project management as well as agile. See, my question to you is, if anybody is looking for a more of a freelancing work in the agile space, right? People probably who are senior citizens, who just were in a project related, management related, work, and now they are retired or semi-retired and want to take up some kind of a project management and related projects. Are there any place that they can look up and apply?
Yeah, definitely. Let me give you, see, there are always some freelancing sites are there, but still, let me give you one thing. If you're really interested, give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. Okay. I'm just typing in the chat window. Where is the chat window? Okay. I think for everyone, I'm just typing in the chat window. There is a site called Fiverr. Okay. Right. Fiverr.com. So you can go there and you can create your profile, and whatever your profile and expertise is there, you can go and create your gigs and you can place it. So those who are finding your stuffs are, helpful, they can come for a freelancing stuffs. They can take your help. Okay. I hope you're able to see that site link.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank
yes. You. There you have to create your profile and you can create your gigs over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else, or we're good?
Somebody else wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
Hi Jaydip, this
Yes.
is Vishwadeep.
Yeah, hi Vishwadeep.
Firstly, thank you so much for this insightful session.
Thank you.
Yeah, my question to you is regarding disciplined agile project management. So yes, could you please throw some light on disciplined agile project management?
See, I think I have not very deeply gone into the discipline agile project management, because I'll tell you something. I personally feel that the more we are now getting into those traditional, then agile, and then safe, and all these things, we are going more into the different kind of newer names and certifications. And anyway, see, if you look at stuffs, right, company like those kind of training or certification company, they need to come up with something new or the other day to survive in the industry, right? And if we talk about disciplined agile, right, I was hearing somebody's lecture sometime back. He was also telling the same stuff, that if we are talking about disciplined agile, does that mean that the agile manifesto, those people, 20 people has come up with and given that agile manifesto and principle, does that mean those agiles are undisciplined agile? Surely not, right? Agile itself is, does that mean that we are following till now undisciplined agile and this somebody is coming and telling we'll be following disciplined agile? It's not like that, right? When we are talking about scalable agile, does that mean that we are doing the agile which is unscalable right now? It's not the fact. People are coming with new terminology framework they're putting over here. Point is this: while we are trying to do agile, we find that a lot of anti-patterns of agiles are also getting created. People do not follow that. Now, Naresh was, as he was saying, that to or might be he got this point that if you're talking that we are following agile, it means that I can't just force my team to follow agile and customer will get all the result. Customer has to play equal role over there. They have to come, they have to take part, and they have to understand what is product backlog, what is ceremonies, what are the other stuffs, and equally play part with the team members, then get the result, right? But a lot of time when you're talking about ideals, we create some anti-pattern over there, right? So when we talk about agile to be successful, we find that agiles are not that much also getting sometimes failing because we are not following it properly. There is some lack. A lot of customer I have seen, I have talked with a lot of developers there, I have an article also over there. They feel that customer is just trying to unnecessarily, take advantage of them. They will come at the last minute and say that because you are following agile, you have to, complete this task and give me, whether you stretching or not, nobody's bother. That is not agile. We are not following sustainable development there, but customer demands because they feel that agile means last minute development changes can be done. So we are creating an anti-pattern over there. So the discipline somewhere was getting missed. I feel discipline agile, what is happening, they're going and telling that, okay, now we'll follow agile with some kind of discipline to follow it. But discipline is always there. Either you follow a traditional project management or agile. If we as a human being, we understand what is the ethics, we'll be following in a traditional or might be in a proper way of doing developing it, right? So discipline agile having some kind of, and another thing, when you're talking about discipline agile, normally what happens that any kind of development, right? Any one solution cannot fit all the problem solution solving, right? One solution cannot fit all problem. That's why discipline agile has come up with some tenets over there where they are telling that, way of working, right? Whatever you suit that you feel that is good for your project delivery, you adapt to that and deliver it. Might be it is agile, lean, or any other kind of stuff. But ultimately, I think that whatever the concepts we are talking about on the ground or very basic, these are always there. Either we follow agile or traditional. Only the terminology is getting changed with the people coming up with new terminologies. This is my take.
Yes, certainly, Jaydip. It was helpful for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When somebody is asking discipline and agile, you can ask a question. Now that means what agile I'm following, is it undisciplined? So those, Zuckerberg or others, those who are come up with those 20 people has come up with those agile manifestos, have they mentioned that it's an undisciplined agile? No, they've given the basic funda of maintaining discipline agile over there itself, right? We are trying to just streamline it more to understand that wherever we are failing with time, those can be handled. Yeah, I think that is my take. So any other questions?
Anyone else has a question? One last question we can take. Sanjay?
Oh, thanks, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Raghu has also placed one Upwork. That is also, for freelancing is there. There is others are also, but some cases you need to go for an auction or something. Somebody will come and ask that. So check it out. These sites will help you out for freelancing. Yeah, I think anyone else? I think
Anyone
or
else?
otherwise. Yeah.
I think we are done, Jaydip.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jaydip.